everybody. This is Nisi, and this is Sis with Ish to Say. Before we get started on anything, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell so that you're notified every time I got Ish to Say. Now, this week was pretty eventful. Pretty eventful. Um, just gone and get the elephant out the room. Let's just go ahead on and talk about R. Kelly. I know a lot of people have a lot of mixed feelings about the whole R. Kelly situation. Um, about what the parents did, about what R. Kelly did, about what the girls did, about Aaliyah's family, about Aaliyah. But um one of the things that was brought out was if we would have been able to get a Lifetime Achievement Award tribute. And actually, my friend Lee from Some Dude podcast, but he just brought out how, like, that would have been phenomenal to be able to experience, and we'll never get to experience that because a lot of people have canceled R. Kelly. And I mean, the situation is just kind of like we just never going to experience. So, as a person that listened to R. Kelly's music and have a lot of memories with R. Kelly's music, I feel cheated. I feel cheated as someone who was a fan because I'm not going to get any more R. Kelly music. Um, I'm not going to get the Lifetime Achievement Award tribute. I'm not gonna get any tribute. No Soul Train tribute. Nothing. And it's like so many of the music legends in my generation, like, we don't really have any. So from a music standpoint, like, it's a huge loss. And I am not taking away from anything that those girls endured, like anything that happened to those girls. I'm not taking away anything from that. But from the aspect of what I'm speaking about, as far as music, like, it's a huge loss. And honestly, just to be fully transparent, R. Kelly brought everything on himself. Because at the end of the day, he's a grown man. uh Sickness, whatever it is, he's a grown man, and it's still up to him to identify that he has an issue and to get the help for that issue. Now, a lot of people are saying that there is no difference between R. Kelly and Jada Pinkett. First of all, um if Jada Pinkett did have sex with the guy Chris Kelly from Chris Cross when he was 14 and she was 22, I mean, she needs to be brought on charges too. Like, there is no different man or woman. Like, it's still inappropriate. If you're a grown man, you need to be messing with grown women or grown whatever your preference is. And the same thing is for women. If you're a grown woman, you need to mess with grown whatever your preference is. And that's that on that. That is that on that. Another thing, um, this money that Biden is um making a bill for the Afghanistan uh refugees, What I would say on that is this. Those Haitians were being whipped. So you kind of make your own conclusion from there. Like it's just like you're putting money aside or putting money in a bill for refugees from Afghanistan, but you're beating and whipping refugees from Haiti. Okay. So, as I mentioned before, I am a reality TV junkie. Like, I love reality TV. Okay? You can say what you want. Ratchet TV, whatever you want to call it, I love it. Okay? I do. And last week was the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta's season finale. And basically, on the season finale, it just brought out men dealing with mental health issues. And last week, um, I did speak on, like people dealing with mental health issues. Scrappy basically, I believe he put an Instagram post saying like men deal with stuff and they have suicidal thoughts, but who can they talk to? Who can they go to? And it's like this stigma in the world that, whenever a man is dealing with something, like he just gotta suck it up. Because if he's not sucking it up, like he's less of a man. So on the episode, um, all the men got together. Kirk, Safari, Lil Scrappy, Young Jock, and all of them had like their own little personal things they were dealing with. And um Kirk just brought out how like his kids were being so ungrateful. Like they're just being spoiled and ungrateful. And he actually started to cry. And I just appreciated that. I just appreciate like just the whole parent aspect of it. Because like I mentioned before, being a parent is hard. And I know a lot of men get a bad rap because like your whole thing with deadbeat dads and not paying child support or doing what you're supposed to be doing and paying child support. Like men get a bad rap when it comes to parenthood. And here this father is just saying like you didn't have to go through the struggle that I went through as a kid, and I work hard to make sure that you don't have to. And it's just, you guys are grown, and I just feel like you guys are being spoiled and ungrateful. And like the men just rallying around him and letting him know like his feelings were valid, that it was okay for him to cry, and that he's not any less of a man for doing so, was just amazing. Like it was a very powerful episode to me because it did open up the conversation with mental health with African American men. So I did appreciate that. So that right there, that wasn't ratchet TV, that was real TV. So yes, I did appreciate it. So, on my Facebook page yesterday, I had people vote for the story time for today. And the options were the bearded lady or you lose them the way you get them. And most of you all wanted to hear the story. You lose them the way you get them. So, without further ado, let's get to the story. So, there was a 24-year-old girl with 3 kids, and she started dating this 33-year-old married man, and he also had children. And she said what drew her to him is that he had a good job, he had a nice house, he had a nice car. Just basically, she knew her value of life would be so much better for her and her children if she had this man. And she knew he was married. She said she saw his wife. His wife wasn't too much to look at, so she was like, "Oh yeah, I can get this man hook, line, and sinker. Okay, I am not gonna have a problem with getting this man." So while this married man is dealing with this 24-year-old woman, he's just complaining about his wife, what she don't do, what he want her to do, what she do that he don't like that she do. Like, he's just complaining, just like he's just not happy with his wife at all. That's what he's telling the girlfriend. So after a couple of months of them dealing with each other, she goes to him and she's like, "Look, you're gonna have to tell your wife what's going on. Okay? You're gonna have to tell your wife what's going on. You're gonna have to tell your wife that we are in a relationship and that's just what it's gonna be. Like, you're gonna have to do this." So he's like, "Okay, I'll tell her." But he's dragging his feet. So she messages the wife and she tells her everything. She tells her, like, "Look, we do XYZ." She just, let it be known what's going on. So, of course, her and the wife go back and forth. The wife is upset, and that's understandably. The wife is upset, and she kicks the husband out of the house. So, the husband is staying at a hotel, stays at the hotel for about a month or two. And during that time, him and his wife get a divorce. So, the girlfriend said that the divorce happened so fast that she didn't have herself ready to be with him 100% before the divorce was final. But she made it do what it do because she wanted to be with this man because she knew that her lifestyle, which is about to get upgraded. So during the early part of the breakup, the wife is going through divorce. Like, I mean, she's going through depression. She's just finding out that her husband's been cheating on her. um Her family is breaking up. She's going through a divorce, so she's depressed. So she's calling the husband. "Okay, I need money to help take care of the kids." And the girlfriend's like, "Don't be calling him for no money. Like, if you need money, then you can't take care of the kids, so the kids need to come with us." So she tells her boyfriend, like, "Just give full custody of the kids so you don't have to give her no money." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna do that." So she's calling him and she's just saying, like, she's having a hard time. This is the wife. She's calling him. She's saying she's having a hard time just mentally, and she misses her family and she just hates how everything happened. And the girlfriend, once again, um, don't be calling my man. Look, get over it. It's over. Okay? Like, do what you need to do for your kids. Leave me and my man alone. And just accept the fact that y'all not together no more and I got him. And she also said, like, I mean, my kid's father wasn't even half as good as yours. And when I was living at my mama house with my 3 kids, I worked. So now that you're divorced, you need to get a job and work and stop bothering us. So there was a lot of drama back and forth during the early part of the breakup. Um, the wife wasn't letting the husband see the kids. She was just saying that, seeing him was too painful and she just didn't want to be around him. So, even though the girlfriend's words were pretty harsh, the wife took her advice. The wife took her advice. So the wife got, whatever she had to do to get herself out of depression. She got out of depression. She got out of her funk. She started working out, started doing what she needed to do. She lost weight. And she started a new business. She started a business for herself. And she got a new boo. Okay. She got a new boo. So she be all on social media showing like her traveling all over the place with her new boo. And the husband is looking like, okay, like you really doing your thing. You really doing your thing. And now he looking at the girlfriend like, you know, she look good. Like she did something with herself. She looked good. And the girlfriend like, she had surgery. And he like, I don't think so. I don't think she had surgery, but she looked good. And so the girlfriend is mad like, how would you know she didn't have surgery? Were you there? So, and he's saying like, man, she done started a new business. Like, you should ask her what she doing, and maybe she can give you some advice. So you already know the girlfriend not feeling that. Like, she not liking the fact that he is telling her that she need to go to the wife for advice because in the beginning she was like, I can get this man, it's not a problem. And then more and more, like the husband's like, why don't you do this like my wife? Or my wife never did it like this. Or mm, my wife used to do stuff like this. And she's like, look, I'm not your ex. I'm me. Stop comparing me to her. And when the wife will come to the house to drop off the kids or to pick up the kids, and she'll be having all her little stuff, showing her body off. And the girlfriend like, look, don't come over here dressed like that. Don't come over here dressed like that. Like if you're gonna come and get your kids, like you need to wear something different. And the wife was like, well, this is how I dress. This is how I dress. So look, tell your man don't look at it. This is how I dress. And then the husband is just saying like, I spent all this time with your kids and I barely get to spend time with my kids. Like I'm tired of filling in for your kids and not being able to be a father to my kids. And the girlfriend was insulted. She was like, who talks about that? Like, who talks about kids like that? Like, if you spend the time, you spend the time. Regardless, it don't matter what kids they are. Like, if you spend the time with these kids, you in these kids' lives. So, like, what's the problem? And so, she's just like, she's starting to hate this man. And, like, she's brought up, them getting married. And he told her, he was like, you know what, when I first got with you, you were just face. You were just face. But you're around here more. I'm starting to love you. And I can see myself marrying you in the future. And so now the girlfriend is like, well, I don't know if I want to marry you. Okay, because you've gained weight. We don't ever go anywhere. So how about we go on a trip? How about she watch my kids so we can go out of town? So she asked the wife, the ex-wife, to babysit her kids. Now these are kids that she had in a previous relationship. It's not the boyfriend's kids. So the wife says, no, I will not be watching your kids. I don't know your kids. Your kids don't know me. So the girlfriend is just confused, like, we're family. Okay. I'm the new girlfriend. You the ex-wife. He had both of us. And the kids play together. They step brother and sister. Why they can't go to your house and play and stay there with their step brother and sister? What is the problem? So the wife, she goes to her husband or her ex-husband and she asks him to keep the kids for a year. to keep the kids for a year, and she will give him monthly payments for the kids because she wants to solely concentrate on her job. So the girlfriend is like, well, then we just need custody. And since she got so much money, then she need to go on child support. And the husband's like, no, I'm not going to do that, but I will keep the kids for a year. And the girlfriend was like, those kids not coming in this house. Those kids not coming in this house that you pay all the bills in, and I don't do anything in here but clean. And he's like, yeah, yeah, my kids are coming here. So, the girlfriend goes to, her boyfriend, and she's like, oh my God, like, we don't do anything. Can we go somewhere and travel? And he's like, we can travel as soon as you start working. And she's like, working? I ain't worked the whole time I've been with you. Like, they've been together for 3 years. For 3 years, she ain't had to work. And she's like, and now all of a sudden, you talking about I need to start working. Why I gotta work when you got the money to pay for it? And so, like, that's one of the things that she complains about. She complains about his weight. She complains about that he's a homebody. She complains about that he complains when she spends money, even though she knows that he has the money to cover it. She complains about him being cheap. She complains about when she goes out with her friends that he gives her a time that he wants her to be at home. And he even said, like, look, when I was married, my wife had a time that she had to be at home. And she's like, you know what? I don't want to take this. Like, I don't want to do this. Like, I'm 27 and I just feel like a babysitter. And if I'm babysitting her kids, she needs to be able to babysit mine. And she she wanted to get out of the situation. So she asked her mom, she was like, you know what? I just can't take this anymore. Can me and my kids come back and stay with you? And the mom stopped answering the phone for her. So I guess we can say, like, the mom was like, nope. So now I guess she doesn't have anywhere to go because she doesn't want to work. So she does have to stay there with, the boyfriend. But now she's miserable. And she's miserable because he talks like he regrets being with her. He blames her for the time that he missed with his kids. He blames her for pretty much all the drama that he went through with his ex-wife. And so she is looking at the ex-wife and she's like, wow, she's living a life that I wanted to live. Like, this is why I got with this man, because I wanted to live this life. And that right there is story time. So, a few things. For one, she was wrong for messing with a married man. And, she starts off by saying, like, yes, I knew he was married, but I saw a good opportunity, so I went for me and my kids. She should have took the advice that she gave the wife. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps and do what you need to do for your kids. Now, you can argue that she did do what she needed to do for her kids, but she's not doing for her kids because she doesn't work. This man is doing for her kids. And as a person that has been a single mother, like, I'm never going to put my children's well-being in the hands of someone else. Because for one, she's just a girlfriend. And it don't matter if she was a wife. I mean, she's a girlfriend. So he can be done with her, he can be done with the relationship, and there she is. Her and her kids are just, out on their behinds. You don't never give nobody that type of power over you. To just have you out there stuck. And you not working. Like, she not working. She not putting no money up. Like, what are you doing? What What are you doing? Then this man openly told you, like, you was a phase. So who's to say that he won't have another phase because she was a side chick? That position was open. That position is still open because now she main chick. And he's complaining. He complaining the same way he was complaining about his ex-wife. The ex-wife that he now has nothing but great words for. And this is who you have solely taking care of you and solely taking care of your kids. Like, you need to do better. Then, whew, how does she figure that this woman is supposed to keep her kids? Now, it's not like, I mean, even if those kids were her and his kids, like, she don't have any obligation to that woman's kids. You've taken this woman's husband. You've uprooted her life. You disrespected her by telling her not to call about money. You disrespected her by telling her like she can't take care of her kids. She need to stop moping around and doing all this. Then you gonna turn around and be like, okay, well, watch my kids. Girl, back. Back. You got more nerve than a brass monkey. That is too much. Like, no. And if she don't see, like, she's still in like side chick mentality. Like, I guess she just thinking like all she gotta do is take care of home, be cute, and like do what she gotta do in the bedroom. But it looked like she doesn't have any ambition. She doesn't have any drive. And here it is, this woman, the ex-wife, uh rose up from the ashes and she's doing something with herself, and the husband is really admiring the type of woman that she is, and he's turning around looking at you when all you doing is begging. You're not bringing anything to the table but mouth and ass. And um that ain't nothing special. You can get that anywhere. Just saying. Just saying. So yeah, it's a lot. I think the girlfriend, like, she's really immature. But yeah, she's 27. She really immature. And she got to be a lot for the mama to not want her to come back to the house. For the mama to just be like, okay, I'm just not going to even answer the phone for you no more because you talking crazy. You trying to come back here? I couldn't wait for you to leave my house. So, like, she has to be a lot. But she better do something with herself before her and her kids be in a bad situation. So when you sitting up here and you messing with another woman's husband, and y'all sitting up here pillow talking, and he's talking about all the things that his wife and all the stuff he don't like about her, like, you better listen. You better listen, and you better make sure that if you're going to go that route with dealing with a married man, that you stay on your P's and Q's. Because then you're going to be like this chick sitting up here living in his ex-wife's shadow, and he's sitting there looking at you like, oh, you ain't doing nothing with yourself. So that was the show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in with just little old me. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that tune into the videos. I appreciate everybody that like, share, and subscribe. And before you leave this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And make sure you ring that bell so that you can get notified. Can't talk. Notified every time I have ish to say. Good night.